In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make adjustments to a template in Canva. There are two types of templates that you can get. So the first one is already installed in Canva, and the second one is to get one from a third party. So that could be by purchasing one online from somewhere like Etsy, or you could have got one shared with you by a coworker. I will show you first how to access them, and then I'll show you how to edit them. So there are two ways that you can access a template already installed in Canva. The first way is by simply searching it in the search bar. So if I wanted to say create an Instagram story, I could just search one. It will bring up a bunch of suggestions, and so you can just click it here. It tells you on the right what size it will be, so that's 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. So we just click it, and then it will just bring up a bunch of templates. So the ones here with the pro in the bottom corner, that just means that you need a pro account. I'm using a free account just to show you what you can do with a free account. But yes, I have a pro account. I love it. And you can get a free month trial if you would like to try it. But yes, you just need a pro account to use that template. So say if you wanted to use this one here, you would just click it. And you can just make any adjustments you want. And the second way to access a template on Canva is by first creating your design. So you would just click here where it says create a design. You can either search it here, or you can choose a custom size. So I'm going to choose an 8.5 by 11 inch document. Oh, and first you want to change the inches because it will adapt it to pixels if you don't. And then we're going to create a new design. Down here it suggests a few that you may want to use, but I'm just going to create a blank design. Now it pops up straight away on the left hand corner with the templates. You can search them here with the kind. So say if you wanted to create a daily planner, my caps lock's on, and you can just search through here what template you may want to use. So I'm going to just say click this one, and then it will copy over onto your page. So the second way to access a template is by getting one shared with you. So here I have a PDF that I send out when someone buys a template from my Etsy shop. And I'm just going to click here, which will have the link here to access the template. So I'm just going to click it, and it's going to send me to my templates. Now these templates are all adaptable with the free account. Now you're going to want to make sure that if you do have a free account, that the template that's shared with you has all free elements, because otherwise when you go to export it, you won't be able to unless you pay for them or you sign up for a pro account. So this one here is all adaptable with a free account. So to see all of the templates that are included, you can just click down here where it says a grid view, and then it will show you all the templates that are included in this document. So I'm just going to click on this first one here, and I have created a brand board just to show you how you can edit this template to work with your brand. So you could have a brand board like this. You just enter your colors, your fonts, any brand elements that you want. This isn't a real brand, it was only used for this example, but I'm just going to copy these colors over here. So I'm just going to copy them, and I'm going to paste them onto my template. So I'm just going to add a new page. Over here is to add a blank page. This one here is to duplicate. So I'm just going to add a blank page. I'm going to copy those over. So the reason I pasted these colors over is it's just because now that when I click on a color, it will now include those brand colors into the document colors. So I can now access them more easily. The other way that you can access them, if you know the hex code, is by searching it. So say here, if I wanted to know this hex code, it would say here. But if I wanted to manually search this color, I can just enter it into the search bar. Just want to delete that and go back. Okay, now I'm just going to edit this one to make it work a little bit more with this brand. So I'm going to change these colors here. So I'm just going to click on the element that I want to change, and I'm going to edit it with this color. So I'm going to click this color and some of these elements here as well. Okay, so now that the colors are more in line with the brand, is that I also want to add my text to be the same fonts that work with my brand. So I'm going to copy those texts over. If you know the fonts, you can search them on the side here, but I'm going to copy and paste it so that it will show up. See this first section here, it just shows you the fonts that are already in the document. So I'm just going to copy and paste them over so that it shows up in this top category here. Okay, so now that's one of my fonts, and I want to adjust the spacing on this. So here I can just click on spacing, and to get the letters to go further away, I can just slide it or enter the number. So I'm just going to slide it to kind of how I want it. But there. Okay, so now I'm just going to change all the text in this document into the text that I would use with this brand. So here it's Open Sans. So I'm just going to click all of these to select multiple layers or elements. You can push the Shift key once you've selected one, and it will select multiple ones. And I'm just going to push Open Sans because that's what's used. I don't want it to be bold though. And I can change the text color here by just clicking this A. And I don't want it to be quite so dark. I want to go a lighter text. And I might do the same here to this part. Kind of in your face, being full black. Okay, so that's one way. Now to change the elements, say you don't like this heart and it doesn't really go with your branding, you can just come here to elements and search, say, a heart. So you still want a heart, but it's not what you're wanting. And you can just replace it with a new one. Just change that color to a darker grey. So that will now work better. Now with the photos, so let's scroll down to a section that has photos. So this is a template here. You can just get your image and drop it in here. So you can upload any images that you might have. This is a brand new account, so it has no images, but if you've already uploaded one, you could add your images, but I'm just going to search some. I'm going to search cookies because that's what this brand's about. And I want photos. So say this one. This image here is a pro one. So I can use it, but I would need to pay for the single use of this image or upgrade to a pro account, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to find a free image, just as an example, and I'm going to choose another cookie. And drop it in. And so I'm going to just change the text to choc chip or a macaroon. And then you can just change the colors here to ones that work with your brand. And say this background color. You can just click it and change it so that it works better with your branding. Okay, so now we have two templates here which will work better with our cookie brand. This is the brand here. You can also copy and paste some of these elements. So these elements are free elements which I found on Canva. So you can just copy them across so that you've got some of that brand cohesiveness. So say you want this in here somewhere. And to push a level up or down, so these are kind of like layers. So you can just push the command and the square bracket. I don't know what it's actually called, but You can either go up or down depending on which bracket you press. And I'm going to choose a different colour. Now these fonts don't match the font that goes with the brand, so I can just change them. Oops, that's 2 layers. So I'll just select them and change that. And say you don't like this being diagonal, you can just twist it till it's not here. So you want to click both layers because it's actually got another layer which is behind it for the white frame. Okay, so now we have, I'm going to change the font to, is it Open Sans? And Open Sans, this font here again to Open Sans. And there we go, we've got 2 templates which work closer with our brand. And there we go, that's just a quick little tutorial on how to edit the basics on Canva. So you've got editing color, you've got editing text, and also editing, changing graphics and photos. One final way that you can edit it is by animating it. Now this depends on how you're going to export it. So there's only certain file types that you can export with animation in it. It won't work as a JPEG or a PDF, but if we export it as an MP4, you can have some movement in here. Okay, so to add some movement into our template, you just click on the element that you want to animate. You can also click multiple elements. So say I want all of these to move in the same way. I can click animate. Now these top 6 here are the free ways that you can animate it, and if you just scroll over it, it will show you what it will look like when you export it. There's a few different ways that you can do it. There's page animations as well, so you can animate your whole page if you want to. So I might animate it that way, and then say animate the text in a different way. So the text has different animations that you can use. It's getting kind of too movie in here for me, but these are a few things that you can do. Okay, and then you can change the length of the animation here. So right now it's at 5 seconds. You can make it a little bit longer if you want, and then you can just push here where it says play, and it will show you what it will look like. Okay, so now that we've edited our document, we are going to want to download it. So we're going to click here where it says download. Now this first page here has animation, the rest of it doesn't. So I'm going to export this one as an MP4 video, and I'm just going to download page 1 because that's the only one with an animation, and then push download. For the rest of them, you can download them as any of these other file types. An SVG, you need a pro account to export it as, but you can download them as a JPEG, which is what I would do for Instagram. So I just push that, and then I can download all of them except for that first page here. I'm just going to push done and download. And so that's how you would edit a template in Canva. It's pretty easy. There's lots you can do. You can make it look completely different, or you could just make really subtle changes. So say you've got 1,000 subscribers and not 10, you can just delete the 0 and download that one to upload it to your Instagram account. Thanks for watching, and I hope that this helps you understand templates more and how they can work more cohesively with your brand.